Hey, what's going on with it, bros and bronies and pegasisters? This is the one, the only. It's on the free 2011 aka Criticism Guide 2009. Before to begin, I'm still going to be doing that top 10 most ridiculous heights and weights of Pokemon on my Criticism Guide 2009 channel. As soon as I'm done with this one, and I might end doing the My Little Pony Friendship's Magic Quest Reveals movie review, my thoughts and series on it. I might do it on both of the channels, or I might just do once out of every week. We'll see. Not out of every week, but like, I don't know, either next week or the week after. We'll see, because Sunday's right around the corner in about 3 hours. Or like 4, 3.5 or 2 by the time I'm done uploading this video. And my other ones, of course. Yeah, so we got that little list. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And yeah, without further ado, let's get it started. So Amy Rose versus Pinkie Pie, and a little bit of their characteristics and similarities. That might be a very long list to remember, but you know what? Like I always say, it's my channel. I can name it whatever the hell I want, whenever the hell I want. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, let's begin. So obviously we know Amy Rose. She's full of energy. She's full of life. She has a little bit of a hyperactiveness. Even though in this world, in our world, reality, that would be considered ADD or ADHD. But you know what? I never really gave a shit about that back in the days when I was in high school and shit. You know, I wouldn't be like claimed to be ADD or ADHD or hyperactive or any of that shit. You know. I just claimed to be my own fucking self and myself alone at that time, you know, and that was about a good like 5 years already. So yeah, you know, that's supposed to be the video right there of those two battling out. So the first similarity, like I just said, their hyperactiveness and fun, you know, how much they love everything, you know, how much Amy Rose is so addicted to Sonic, even though Sally Acorn was the original, you know, love interest of Sonic before Amy was. That's why you can never really tell that Sonic has a lot of interest in emotions or feelings towards Amy. That's always swept under the rug most of the time. Oh, and before I do keep going, this video is brought to you by Arizona Mango. Good shit. Highly recommend you get it. Always just the fucking spot besides power, you know? And yeah, other than that, you know, basically what it comes down to is that's number one. Number two, let's see. Amy Rose has that little Pico stick or whatever, that big giant hammer, sledgehammer. She smacks the living crap or shit out of her enemies in Sonic Advance 1. I think in Sonic Advance 2 is the same thing, even though Cream's in there. I never got to play the third one or the one with Blaze the Cat at that time because, you know, I didn't have the SD version of Game Boy Advance. But yeah, you know, let's see. She's fun, she's outgoing, she's a little charismatic. Sometimes she's a little hilarious every now and then. She's kind of a little bit of a bitch in that show Sonic X. I know Mellow Michael, aka Mellow Mike 21. I know he's done a couple videos on there. He's on my Criticism Guide channel if you want to check him out. Real chill ass guy. Definitely check out his videos. Even though I haven't done anything on there, he's been a lot on Facebook though. And I haven't been on Facebook in about a good 2 months. Until yesterday night, I was on there for a little bit. Anyways, besides all that mess, the only third thing I can compare Pinkie Pie and Amy Rose to is the biggest obvious one. They're both colored pink, and I guess the color pink, even though you see that bitch every couple of times, Nicki Minaj would always use that shit all the time, is her little pink everything, and Jigglypuff and everything. And Jigglypuff's not a bitch, obviously. She's Pokemon. It's different. You know, I see a lot of memes and jokes on Nicki Minaj being a jinx, which I thought was hilarious as fuck, and all that mattered. All that mattered in my opinion, you know, my eyes. That's how I see it, you know. Okay, now let's get to the official thing now. So basically those two, they start off with Sonic and Rainbow Dash talking to each other. It's like they're just reminiscing over the race, like that dude James Berkeley, which he gets all the credit for doing that video because he is just a straight out boss. Literally, hands down. Even Big Boss would be like pretty sad about that shit, you know? Put to shame in a way. Yeah, but other than that, you know, that's those two, like they're fighting each other and shit, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So yeah, after that, Rainbow Dash was talking to us. I was like, I have no idea how you survived that lightning attack. And then like if you would have went blonde or whatever, you know, I would kick your ass. And then Sonic's like, oh yeah, really? Would never done that Sonic Rainbow, and I would have like swept the floor with you, you know. And then he does all that talking mess and shit like that. And obviously after a while, what's it called? Amy Rose, you know, Sonic hears Amy Rose and is like, oh Sonic, and he's like, oh god damn it. And then what's it called? And it's funny how Rainbow Dash says it later on, and it's like, oh, what's the matter, Sonic? And then like, and then you hear Pinkie Pie's voice, which of course, number 2, best pony of all time, obviously. If any of you guys know me, how I am. And then she's like, oh, Celestia Damnit, after Pinkie Pie calls out her name. He's like, oh, Rainbow Dash, you know, like that. You know, I'm not going to do it because my voice is a little sore right now. But, yeah, it's awesome as fuck, by the way. And it's like, oh, no, what's wrong, what's the matter? And then they start getting into this little debate here, and there's like, oh, why is Sonic so much better than Rainbow Dash? Or why is Rainbow Dash so much better than Sonic? And, I know Pinkie Pie, right before they start fighting physically and shit, what's it called? She ends up bringing up the statement, at least Rainbow Dash is 20% cooler, you know. That little joke, like, it's always played a billion times over the internet. And what's it called? After that, what happens is that, it's funny as hell, because Amy, before that, Amy brings out the statement, like, who killed 2 genies, and, like, who killed the little dildo spaceship, and who killed the Eggman Empire, you know. Should I go on? And then she does, like, this. Funny as shit. And then after that, and then they start getting like more confrontational, and then they just kick their battles to the sky and everything. And then there's ones like, I forgot what Sonic says, like, oh, can't we just coexist in the right manner or whatever? Like, it started with a C word or something like that. I forgot what it was. Like, you think there's like no convincing any of them or whatever? You like, you obviously think you're gonna convince them. He's like, oh no, but it was worth a shot. That's what Sonic says, Rainbow Dash. And then they do their little fight in the sky, their little Matrix fight, and they're just beating the shit out of each other left and right, and that just goes on for another 3.5 minutes because the video is almost 5 minutes long. And what happens after that, I like all the little fighting style and the little drawing style he does. Kind of like that dude James Berkeley's kind of got that same you know, art technique as the dudes that do regular show. That one guy, what's his name, Sam Marin, and then that other guy J.D. Quintel. He's kind of got that same style of it, except I don't think he's getting paid billions of dollars to do a show. That's the only difference. It is what it is. It's all good. I'm glad he did it in all good fun. And after that, what's it called? I remember this one little scene that Pinkie Pie just flies up in the air because she uses her Pico sledgehammer to smack the crap out of Pinkie Pie, and then she's just flying in the air, and she gets pissed off, and she looks at she does that little whole fourth wall thing to Amy Rose, and she just takes her out into the sky. He's like, well, what do you think about that, bitch? And then they just fly into the air, and they're just fighting. And after a while, Sonic and Rainbow Dash just get bored, and they look at each other like this, like, and then they get out of there, and they're just running. And they just walk away, not run. And then after that, what happens is that, oh, and I forgot to mention earlier, it's like, oh, didn't you get stuck in Pinkie Pie's butt or plot? And then Rainbow Dash like, yes, exactly. And then she's like, you stop bringing that up? That was funny as shit, by the way. Other than that, what happened was that, what's it called? I'm trying to remember the thing. After all's said and done, and they fall back on the earth, and they're still fighting and punching and kicking each other, you know, face to face, you know, fist to fist, leg to leg, feet to feet, what have you. You know, they both land and everything like that. And what happens after that is that, what's it called? And they both get tired of shit, and they're like, they're just exasperated with breath, like up and down, just like they're breathing like no tomorrow, like they're about to have a heart attack or something, you know. And after that, what's it called? Oh yeah, you would have won. Pinkie Pie does this little statement. She says to Amy Rose, you would have won if it wasn't for this. And then she does a little mirror pool thing like they did with the Too Many Pinkie Pies episode. That's the one I reviewed last year, just in case you guys are wondering. And then after that, what happens is that, oh, you think you're the only one that knows the legend of like the hidden like mirror pool? And then she does her little like whistle thing, you know, like the one from Green Hill Zone. She like whistles that out, and then everyone's like, Sonic, 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 Sonic. And it's funny, like the one at Pinkie Pie, one of the doubles is like, oh, I want it inside of me. What the fuck? Another crazy, stupid little teen joke, but it was still funny nevertheless. And the other one's like, oh, I'll kill them all. Like the other Amy Rose or whatever has played by a guy's voice, probably like Jason Burks or whatever. He's funny as shit, that dude, you know. Definitely all the credibility goes to him on his part. And after that, what happens is that, what's it called? Yeah, Amy Rose and Pinkie Pie is like, oh, look over there, like, look over there, it's fun. Well, actually, no, Amy Rose says, oh, look over there, it's fun. And then, like, Pinkie Pie's over there, it's, oh, look over there, it's Sonic. And then they show, like, a little standstill of Shadow the Hedgehog. And then they showed a little standstill of Gilda. So many of you guys don't know, if you're new to the Brony series, Gilda's supposed to be, like, an ex-friend of Rainbow Dash. Many of you guys don't remember. She gets all pissed off with the pranks and shit like that. There's a lot of videos explaining a lot better than I do in my details. So yeah, other than that, you know, they all run off, and then after that, at the end of the episode, the fan-made episode, they're like, the next time we don't agree on something, let's just I forgot what it was. Shit, what was it? Let's just agree to disagree. I think she said something like that, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm straight with you, you know? It's like, oh, it's not like we're YouTube commentators and they look straight at the camera and go like this. Really? You kidding me? And after that, that's basically closes down to the end of that. And then, like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. And peace out, bros, women, bronies, pegasisters. I will see you when I see you. Guys, have a good day. Have a good night wherever you're at around the world. Don't drink and smoke weed at the same time. And don't do anything reckless, alright? Guys, take it easy. See you around. And, of course, like I always say at the end of that video, wait till that fades out. Be easy. I'm out. Take care. Be safe. And I'll talk to you soon, alright? Goodbye.